Now move mountains if he wants them out of the way, as he wants it so be.
So I'm Wukong Wilson. I'm here at the Osaka Tenjin Gym, who has been so hospitable in bringing me on to their staff and helping coach them. And then with my good old friend Michael. This is my man. This is my man. I've known him since Oklahoma for about 10 years now.
Over 10 years.
Yeah, a little over 10 years. And, you know, even though we've been very far apart, I think that we've always remained close when it comes to martial arts philosophy and our goals and everything. So naturally, when we meet, it just, clicks. But he's going to help me go over our Kihon and our basics. So it's not even all of them, but how to practice them is the most important thing that we're going to get today. We're going to do our footwork, then we're going to learn our defense, and then we may learn 1, 2, and 3 punches in my system. The reason we do that is because when you learn boxing from the feet, head, to the hands, in that order. So that's how we're going to learn them. Now the first thing I want to do, hopefully you guys have warmed up like we did before, and we're going to put our feet on this line, this red line. Okay, so both feet are even on the line. You see that my feet are basically at my shoulders. This is fine. This is a fine position. Now if you look at our feet, we're flat-footed. Flat-footed. I call this a grounded foot position, and the reason why is because being flat-footed means that your toes might come up because your weight is on your heels. You see my toes are up? That is not what I want. What I want is for the weight to be on the balls of your feet. So if I turn to my side right here, right, my toes shouldn't move, right, like that. That's wrong, but this one turned correctly. That's how they should turn. See that? Right, so your weight should always be on the balls of your foot, no matter what foot position we're in. Now we have 6. 3 of them are how your foot is postured, and 3 of them are where your feet are placed. So right now we're in a neutral position. That's our first placement. Okay, the second placement is going to be orthodox or ortho. Move the front foot forward, but still on my left side. And my back foot back, still on my right side. Right? This is going to be an ortho position. Now if we switch it, this will be a southpaw position. Right foot forward, left foot back. Always a space between our legs if you notice. It's almost like there's a 2x4 separating our legs, right? And my big toe may be lined up. And then this would be maybe the ball of my foot is lined up with the big toe. Because that actually starts to talk about our foot postures, right? So we talk about the first one, which is grounded. Grounded foot posture is okay for the front foot in your fighting stance, ortho or neutral. Ortho or southpaw. But the back foot, I want the back foot to be what I call primed. Now we're going to prime both of our feet on this one. And maybe you cannot tell the difference from the front side, but I'll do it now. Prime. It looks like I just bent my knees, right? Yeah, that's pretty good, but make sure you raise those heels. That's the main thing. We're raising our heels in the back. That's why you bend your knees, because I don't want you to go like this. Okay, that's getting tall. You shouldn't get taller when you go prime. You should be like Optimus Prime, right? You transform into battle mode. Got it? I'll turn from the side so you guys can see. Here, I'm on this little middle line, right? We'll use that later. So from there, when I'm in my knees, you see my heels naturally come up. This is a prime position, right? It's just like an animal or a predator that's ready to pounce. Boom! They just take off. You get me? So hopefully you guys are following on this. Now the third position, third foot posture, is a turned foot. And you'll use this sometimes when you move your head, but hopefully not too much. But you'll definitely use it when you want to throw power behind your punch. Any punch other than a jab, generally you turn into. So if I get into a fight position, ortho, right? I'm gonna prime my back foot. This one's okay grounded. And I'm going to throw a straight right hand. Everyone's favorite punch. Boom. Now look at my foot. You see also my knee, and everything has turned forward. My hip has come forward, my shoulder has come forward. My left shoulder went backwards, and my left hip also went backwards. This is to help you stop from leaning forward when you throw your punch. You don't want to go here, but we'd rather go here. Michael, could you demonstrate this one for me?
Yes, sir.
2, good, good, good. Okay, now I want you to line up on the red line like this and show them from the side. Up a little bit. Right there, okay. Bend your knees, spread your feet out a little bit more. Right there, that's perfect. And then your shoulders in the front, your hand is in the front, good. Your right hand is on your nose, and then you're gonna throw straight. Boom, good. Now, I showed you guys a punch here, but keep in mind, we're focusing on the feet. Okay, so we'll get to the hands later. Don't worry so much about that. Worry about turning the hip, turning the foot and the ankle over. He's got a perfect position here. He's got balance, right? He's not going to either side. He's not punching across his body. If he were to line his feet up perfectly, then he would be punching here, right? Both of his feet are lined up now. So from here, right? Yeah, I saw that teeter. He's teetering over, right? There's a little bit of a balance issue when you punch across your body. That's why we separate with the 2x4. Okay? Now, you can also turn the other foot, the front foot, for the hook. Here. Again, don't focus on the punch. Focus on what I'm doing with my feet. This is a prime foot turn for the 2, and then when I throw the 3, boom. And you notice that this foot became grounded. That's okay. 1 foot grounded, 1 foot turned is generally how you'll do it. From here, we'll go into our defense. And the first defense I want you to do is a slip. This is one of the most common ways to get away from a jab. When you get into an orthodox fighting position and you're fighting another fighter who's orthodox, which is most likely the case. Most people are right-handed, so they like to put their right hand in the back. I want you to make sure that your foot is primed and slip your head over just like this. Now I'm bending at the torso, right? I don't want you to bend over, but I do want you to use your legs to make your head, engage your legs so that your head can drop and come to the side, almost like you're bobbing. That's why they used to call it bobbing and weaving. This is a more of an old school concept. Instead of just going like this, which is everyone's teaching you to turn your shoulders, do not do that when you are practicing your basics with me. Here. Very good. Very good. Now, if you guys notice, when you go to this side, it's all easy. It's all good. But when we go to this side, a lot of people like to turn like this, right? And that's easy to do. I want you to do something that's a little bit difficult, right? Keep the shoulder in the front. You see my shoulders here? And I'm bobbing, like those little birds that bobs into the water, right? Think of that on this cup of water over here, and then this cup of water over here. But don't turn your whole body, just a little subtle dip, a very subtle dip. Now, if we do this from the side, right, you could draw a line right here, right over my knee, and that's kind of where my head's gonna stay. Instead of going like this, you see how my head came backwards over my hips? I want to keep my head over my knee and slip to both sides. Right? Try not to let your shoulder come forward like this. We don't want this, right? We want this. And then it gets into our roll position. Roll defensive move. Rolling is when you avoid something that's coming from the sides. Because slips, you can get away from straight punches. You can also get away from uppercuts. Right? But then when you get away from hooks, side to side doesn't help you. So you're gonna have to change levels. You can also just duck, which is just a squat, and that's great. But also rolling, which means you go from this side, slightly over, very subtly so, to this side. Give it a try. He's got a good stance. Good. Heels up, roll. Okay, good. There we go. There we go. He's only doing a slight turn with his upper body. He's not going like this, right? Just a slight turn right here is fine. That all works out. Now, from there, we'll get into our last bit of defense, which is catching. And catching the jab specifically, I want you to do it with the rear hand, or rather the same hand, because if you're in a southpaw position and someone's throwing the jab, you can just stop it out here. But again, we're going to start with ortho versus ortho. They throw the jab, you catch. That's pretty good. You did it well. A lot of people, they reach. Right? You see how far they're reaching in front of them like this? Yeah. You don't want to reach for it like this. Okay? You want to catch it when it comes to you, because it is coming to you. Alright, so let it come to you. Boom. Now, when you catch, you do want to be very strong and physical about it. So you don't want to be like, the whole point of a catch is so you can hold your ground. If you want to avoid the punch, then slip. If you want to catch the punch, why are you moving backwards? Catch. Strong. Ready? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's all about timing, right? Relax. Relax. Yeah. Sideways. Good. And then let it come to you. Boom. There it is. Pop. Good. Nice and strong. You throw your jab. Okay? You feel? Try it. Good. That's much better. That was much stronger. That's what I'm looking for with catching the jab. Now, catching the two, right, the straight, I want you to bring up this front hand right here as an ortho fighter, right? Bring up this front hand like a barrier. And I want you to absorb. Boom. But I don't want you to lean back. I don't want you to overturn. Just a little turn. Just like that. Ready? Relax. Okay. Catch straight. Good. So remember, boom, just a little bit. Catch straight. Pop. That was better. Because you gotta remember, you're still looking at me, and this is the front of your face. If I aim for the front of your face, I might hit you if you don't turn a little bit. Ready? Catch straight. There we go. That was perfect. Catch straight. Pop. And you see, he has his eyes on me. He's got incredible focus right now. It's impressing me today. So, focusing on your opponent is the other part of the defense that I haven't told you about. When you're moving your head, when you're rolling, you're doing all of these different defenses, eyes on the opponent. It sounds like common sense, but apparently it's not. So please do focus on your opponent. Boom. Good job. Boom. Okay, so now I have to teach you how to defend the last punch, which is a 3. And if you notice, before I teach you how to throw the punch, I've taught you how to defend the punch. Keep this in mind when you are practicing your basics. When you catch the hook, all you have to do is raise this hand like you're getting on the phone like this. But I want you to kind of close it in and dip a little bit into it. Bend your knees. Yeah. Instead of like leaning into it, think of squatting. Yeah, into it. When you squat into it. And the reason why is because when we counter on this one, I want you to throw the same hand. Boom. Boom. If you guys are familiar with Barry Robinson and A Million Styles Boxing, he has an amazing mitt system that, you can look at it and you can see that several things are derived from everything. Everything's derived from everything, right? But if you watch Floyd Mayweather, you watch other people, you watch all these people that are doing mitts really fast, they do reactive mitts. And so instead of calling all the punches I want you to do, I'm just going to call the defense that I want you to do. So the defense is catch the hook, right? Catch. Don't turn, right? Catch hook. Boom, and then I automatically expect him to throw 2-3-2. Boom, boom, boom. And then I can call the next thing while I'm doing that. So catch hook, roll, 2-3-2. Make sure you finish. Make sure you finish your food. Ready? Try again. Catch hook, finish your food, and then roll. I can tell him 1-1-2, 3-3-2, right? I can tell him all these different calls while doing this. So this is a really good system to participate in. But the point of catching the hook on and not turning into it is because that's a different call. That'll be counter hook. Turn with it and then throw. Okay. Again, I talked about turning your shoulders and why I don't want you to do that. I'll explain that very quickly. When I am fighting, right? I'm fighting Michael, and he throws a right hand, and I go like this. Michael, what am I going to do next? He already knows. It's very obvious that I'm going to throw this punch, right? It's very, very obvious. Now, if I go like this, do it again. Boom. I could throw a hook, and I can turn into it because I have the technique to be able to not have to be, cocked all the way back to throw power. You only need 6 inches, right? You only need 6 inches for a full power punch, okay? So, or, boom, I can still throw my right hand. I have the freedom to choose my response when I don't turn my shoulders. So in this case, you're catching the hook, you're not turning. Boom. You could throw the hook again. You could throw the hook, or you could throw the same hand. Boom. But if I call counter hook, I want you to turn specifically. I do want you to turn. And catch, and then counter hook. Bop, right? Again, this is a later call, so don't worry so much about this. We've gone over our basic defense. Now, I want to go over a couple of punches, and we'll be all done. All right? Well, at least for the basics. Then how to practice, that is the next part. Anyway, fighting stance. All right, so he's going to throw his jab at my hand here, right? And let's see. Let's see what you got. Okay, go. Good. Yeah, don't leave it out. Boom, good. Keep your chin down. Jab. Jab. Okay, so this is a basic jab, right? And we're going to learn 4 jabs today, and they're all very basic. These are all my basic jabs. So a jab, boom, he's staying there. He's just throwing a jab, just sticking it out there, right? Low risk. This jab is a question. All jabs are questions. He's asking me, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this range? What are you going to do about my punch being in your face? Now, I might slip, I might catch and walk forward, I might run away. Either way, I'm telling him something with my body. I'm telling him, I'm feeling kind of non-confrontational today, so I'm going to start moving around. Or I'm feeling very confrontational, I'm going to come in and counter you. Right? So he should be taking notes when he throws his jab. Jab? Good job. Now, we need different types of jabs. You do the same thing over and over again, they're going to kick your ass. Okay, so double jab. Good. Triple jab. Good. Quadruple jab. 3, 4. Give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He did a great job. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Perfect. That is exactly how I want you to execute multiple jabs. That's the second jab. Multi-jab. Okay, so if you notice, all of his punches, they were together. Even the 10 that was one task. It wasn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 jabs, right? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? It was non-stop. So that's the whole point of a multi-jab, okay? Now, moving jab. Jab forward, easy peasy. Jab backwards. It's a little bit tricky, all right? Remember, this is just to get space. Jab forward, pushing forward. That's good. Everybody knows how to do that. But jabbing backwards, don't try to hit them, just push them away. Ready to jab backwards? Yeah. Now, same thing for jabbing to the right. Just push them. Yeah. You're going to step on it. Boom. Just like that. Ready? Jab to the right. Go. Jab to the left. Jab to the left. Okay, so he's got all the directions. Pretty easy. If you notice, his jab hits the target when his foot touches the ground. Jab forward. Forward. Right. See? Same time. Backwards. Okay, same time now. Backwards. Good. Forwards. Forwards. Good job. So that's a directional jab or a moving jab. We call this one a moving jab. So we have a jab, we have a multi-jab, we have a moving jab. And now the last of the basics is going to be a body jab. Now this one, you're going to change levels. Because when you throw it at the body, generally you want to be eye level with whatever you hit, right? So I'm going to go, boom. And you see how I kind of bend over and I do it a little bit, but I don't want you to bring your chest over your toes like this. See how I'm like losing my balance here? I don't want that. Just here's fine. But you see how I widen my stance a little bit, right? Let me make sure I keep my back foot primed. Here. A classic film study on this is going to be Canelo versus Mayweather. Mayweather, press that button, pressing that belly button, right? Press, boom, jab the body, right? See, he's pressing. I'm simulating this so I can have structure, because if he does this correctly, here, I should be going like this, right? So do it. Push it now. Bam. Yeah, that's why I'm standing sideways like this. Bam. Jab the body. When you guys are calling this or practicing with your friends, hold your mitts like this for a body jab. Bam. Good. See? He's able to push, and I'm able to not lose my position. So those are our 4 basic jabs. Jab. Double jab. Good jab. Jab forward. Backwards. Good job. Body jab. Ooh, he caught me one upside down. Yeah, he caught me crossing my legs. Great film study right there. Crossing your legs, guess what? You have no balance. That's why we have a space between our legs. If you follow the directions of this video and you practice this stuff in both stances, then you're going to do just fine in terms of building a good style from a wide foundation. Now, there's one more thing that I haven't gone over, and that's how to circle someone. Okay, so we learned how to punch, how to do all these different things. Now we need to learn where we are going. Okay, so stand in the middle here. Good, yeah, right here. Perfect. All right, so Michael's here in the middle. Okay, get in your fight stance. And you guys see this little line, this tape on the floor that's separating his legs, right? So he's facing this way. When he does an outside pivot, he's going to step outside and then pivot out. Right? We say out, right? There's a classic way to remember this from Barry Robinson as well, is we go towards your butt. Why out? Because things go out your butt, right? Right? It's a little bit, allegedly. Anyway, outside pivot. Good job. Outside pivot. Outside pivot. See, he went to his left because that's where his butt is facing. But if I tell him to switch stances, and then I say outside pivot, he's going to go the other way. I don't like saying right and left so much as I like giving numbers and having names for your moves so that you really understand this stuff and practice it correctly. Okay, outside pivot. Good job. Outside pivot. One more time. Outside pivot. Notice it takes him 4 of them to make a circle. Just about. It varies in degrees and it's not always exact, I get it, but when you're practicing, try to make it so it takes 4 to make a circle. Now, the last one, right, is going to be inside pivot, right? Inside pivot, you're going to step in towards your belly button because most people have an innie, right? That's silly. That's a good, easy way to remember it, though. You're going to go inside your belly button. Ready? Inside, and then pivot. Good job. Inside pivot. Inside pivot. Inside pivot. Boom, boom. Now, I just told you not to cross your feet, and here I am giving you a move where you get to cross your feet. All right, so this is the one where I'll allow it. I'll allow it for now. The reason being is because when you're fighting somebody, go ahead and switch back to ortho so that they can see. We'll move here. Face me, face me. Good. So when I'm here, and if there's a time where you need to get to this side, I'm probably over here about to attack your body or something. Step in, see, pivot. Yeah, good. Pivot out. Boom. You see, I'm not able to kind of get him off balance so much here. And even if I do push him, there's so many different techniques that we have to deal with that. So in this case, it is okay to cross your feet, but generally, do not cross your feet. Remember this. Inside pivot, again, is just the opposite of outside pivot. Front foot moves first, either inside or outside, and then the second thing you do is pivot. Now keep in mind, I'm going to give you another one where I tell you pivot in, pivot out. What do you think is the difference?
You don't take a step.
You don't take a step. The first thing I said when I say outside pivot is outside, which means I want you to step. If I say pivot, I don't want you to step, I just want you to pivot. Which direction do I want you to pivot? Pivot in, pivot out. All right, so plant your feet, right stance. All right, ready? Pivot out. Pivot in. Good job. Pivot in. Pivot out. One more time. Pivot out. So this is good for when somebody's moving circles around you. Okay, and you need to get around, pivot in. Boom, 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 boom. Pivot out. Oh, look, he's still facing me. Okay, so keep all of these in mind. Now, the last thing we're going to go over is how to practice. All right, so let's start with what's the hardest basic for you?
Probably slips.
Slips. Okay, that's perfect. That's one of my favorites to practice Kihon Basics on. So get on the line here so they can see you right directly in the middle. So the intensity that I want you to do this is easy, like super, super soft, like you're really like a kindergartner. Like a kindergartner trying to learn how to write and how to do things, okay? So slip to your left. Okay, good. And that's the one that you struggle with. Shoot down. Slip to your left again, slower. Good. We have to get reps of doing things perfectly. So if you're not doing it perfect, you need to do it slower. If you don't do it perfect, then you're just training your body to do it wrong. Every wrong rep it's unacceptable. It is unacceptable to do things incorrectly. Is it going to happen? Of course. Of course, don't get me wrong. We all make mistakes. We're all gonna make mistakes, but stop accepting it. Do it slower and do it perfectly. Slip left. Slip left. A little bit deeper. Bend your knees. Slip left. A little bit further. Here. You don't have to dip your head. All right. Keep your posture. All right. Posture. There we go. Now, chest. You see how your chest comes over? Good. So now I want 6 easy reps. Ready? Slip. That's 1. See, that was a good one. You see how slow it was? Do it again. 2. Practice doing that. 3. 4. Slow down. 5. 6. Okay. Now I want you to do 20 high intensity reps with breathing. Ready? 1. Nope. High intensity. Fast. Faster. Remember, these are punches. You're dodging a punch. Nope. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. You're dodging a punch. If I go here, boom! You need to get out as fast as my hand is moving. So ready? Flip! That was a little bit better, right? That was faster. I aimed a little bit away just in case. But ready? Flip! That's much better. Ready? That's 2. Slip! 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 7. 8. No, up, slow down. 1 at a time. 9. 10. Boom. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Let's do the right side. 6 easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, high intensity. Move forward a little bit. Stay here. Ready? Flip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so he's done both sides. Now I would ask you to do southpaw. Let me see. Let's just do one side. This way. To your right. Ready, slip right? Easy. 6. Make sure you're doing it perfect. Okay, so give yourself some self-coaching on that. Pay attention. Self-coaching. Think about what you're doing. Chest. There we go. Good. Don't turn your head. 3. Over. Okay. Yeah, you can turn your foot a little bit. Here, bone, but not the hip. Yeah, there we go. So let's call that 6. Now give me 20 high intensity. Ready? Slip, 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 slip. I think that was 10. Slip, 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 slip. 20. Okay, so just from doing that correctly and paying attention, you actually mentally tax yourself. You'll start getting the sweat. You see you sweating here, and we're just teaching you how to do the basics. What you should do on this is find your deficiencies. Find your deficiencies in your basics. So, ready? Find your sense. 1, 2, 3, 2. Jab, straight, hook, straight. Alright? Jab, straight, hook, straight. Do it again. Good. Do it again. Okay, so we have a deficiency in a mousing, right? So we need to slow it down. Jab, straight, hook, straight. Good. So, and this will lead into our punches now. So, ready? Fighting stance? We already know 4 jabs. Jab. Good. Now, throw the straight, which is the 2 in my system. Number 2s. Straight. Boom. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Bend your knees a little bit more. Good. You turned all the way into the punch. Now throw the hook. Good. Open just a little bit. Now, if you guys see from a bird's eye angle, right, his arm is a hook. Keep it like that. Don't extend it like this. Right? Not a long hook today, okay? We want a basic hook, so keep it like that. And you see how this is all the same level? Boom, boom, boom. Keep it like that and throw the hook. Boom. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Yeah, follow through. Boom, like that. And then you can close it after. Turn your feet. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now, if you notice anything about his feet, what do you notice? They're a little lined up, right? Move that left foot over a little bit more. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Do it again. Good job. Good job. Here's my favorite thing about this is that he, on his own, started this in southpaw position. He's not a southpaw, right? He just happened to jump into it. But because he felt so comfortable in doing that recently, because of the system that we're doing, right? You have to be able to do both sides. If you ask a black belt karate master to throw a step side kick with his right leg, everyone's gonna boom, right? He's gonna do a really good job. And then if you tell him do it with the left leg, he's gonna no problem, and he's gonna do both sides. I can't even do both sides, right? So why is it in boxing that I can ask a pro to do his combination southpaw, and he looks at me like I have a freaking dick on my forehead? Like, he looks at me like that's insane. Why would you do that? So there's no reason why not. There's no reason why not. You learn about your orthodox stance in the opposite stance. You learn everything doing this. So learn how to express yourself in both stances, and it's only going to benefit you. So we went over our reps. We want 6 easy reps. When it comes to punches on this, if you were to practice your straight, all right, throw it at 2. When you do the 6 easy reps, I want you to do what I call eggshells. When I say eggshells, that means I want you to hit like you're punching an egg, and you don't want to break the egg. Ready? Ah, yeah, that was close. Softer. Softer. There we go. See, he wouldn't break the egg like that. Good. Don't break my egg. That's good. 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to go a little slower, but that's good. All right. So now snap. Nope. Harder. Yeah. You're going from 1% power to 100% power now. There you go. Your chin came up. Practice like you did the 1%. There you go. Boom. Good. How you do it at 1% is how I want you to do it at 100%. So don't sacrifice your technique. That's the whole point of learning the Kihon, learning the basics of this. Where I got this is from Kyokushin Karate, and how they practice. If you notice, it's very similar. When you take a horse stance, they come to this, or they do sanchin, right? They come to this stance, and then they pull one arm back, and then they practice 6. 1, 4, right? And then they do 20. Right? With their ki and all that stuff. So I adopted that into boxing because it's a great way to practice and get perfect reps. What do you think?
I think the system it takes like the fundamentals that we were taught in boxing usually, and it flips them on their head. It's not that we were taught wrong, but it's almost like things are just out of order. But here, I'm learning each individual piece by piece, and it's just easier. I didn't even notice I was in South.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know. You didn't even know. That's what I'm talking about. So we'll continue and develop this system as we go. Thank you guys for watching.